Hello guys, I'm Rakshit from Team Let's Learn. We have Abhijit here who has cleared his SCI interview. Congratulations, Abhijit.
Thank you so much, sir.
So Abhijit, please introduce yourself.
Yeah, so my name is Abhijit Mohite, and I've completed my bachelor's in mechanical engineering in 2018. So thereafter, I was working with different organizations in supply chain management, and from past 15 months, I was working with fleet management. So I think from shipping industry, everybody knows fleet management. So I was working there with buyer position. So it was a technical purchase for the various kinds of shipping vessels, so including the bulk carriers, tankers, and oil carriers. So my part was to support the technical purchase like main engine, auxiliary engine, and whatever the engineer part is there. So that was my basic role. And thereafter, I started to think about more opportunity in this industry as an engineer. So that motivates me to explore the opportunity, and then I've started preparation for the examination. So uh, I have a couple of videos on the internet as well as the blogs I've read through for the preparation, and thereafter I've gathered a simple material because I was working full time professional. So hardly in Mumbai the traveling takes a lot of time. So for me, hardly early morning. I used to wake up in the early morning. So morning around 1.5 hour, and then evening around 2 hours. So hardly 3 to 4 hours a day I was having, and I prepared this only for I think 30 days before the exam because I've not planned anything prior to that to shift my career in this field. So only 30 days, like in the month of June only I prepared for this exam, and on 30th of June the exam was conducted for Shipping Corporation of India. Uh, so during those 30 days I was structured my throughout those 4 weeks particularly, like what will be my plan and action of plannings, then what timings I'll be doing which subject, and what will be the area of subjects that I'll be focusing. And add on to that, I have also ensured that I'm practicing the MCQs, because ultimately I'm going to be tested on that parameter during my written examination. So the mode of preparation was first to get good knowledge from the YouTube videos, because I was passed out in the year 2018. So during the education, there is 5 years of gap for me, and to get in that mode again, so it took some bit of time for me. But I've tried to match it, the frequency of this study. And the YouTube's first while traveling, I used to watch the various kinds of technical videos are available on YouTube for each and every topic. And the Indian content creators in this field, I would say, are really good. They will help you to learn not just in English. There are a couple of Hindi channels also. Those will help to clear the basic concepts and revise. So the first mode was to get the basics from the YouTube channels, and then after coming to home, I used to the same chapter I used to read through the study material. And then the third step I followed is to prepare a short and crisp material which I'll be able to revise during last one day or 2 day before the examination, because I was aware that it's not possible to entirely go through the book. So I'll just show you. So this book I've referred, like the RS Kurmi, I think generally people are following this book.
Yes, yes.
So I've followed this book, and only prepared with this only short notebook, like
Okay.
entire whatever the subjects are there. So those are being summarized in this book only. So few pages for fluid mechanics, few pages for IC engine, and it was not descriptive. It was only a keyword basis, so help to recall those materials. And at the same moment, I used to track my MCQs also. I would like to show this. Like, see, so
Okay.
this is like MCQ sheets that I used to daily 10, 20, or 30, because I know that I had only 30 days of time frame, so I cannot wait for more to learn and then practice and then evaluate myself. So to do in one shot itself, that was the only strategy I had. So whatever the 10, 20 questions I was preparing through on that particular day, so I was making my assumptions and my strategy to answer those questions. And once I solved those questions, I used to get back to the solutions, like where I have done mistakes and where I was correct If I'm correct, then that's absolutely fine. There is no anything to worry about. But if there is any mistake in my answers, then what was my thinking and what should be the correct way of thinking to answer those questions. So that was the self evaluation part I have tried to implement during this exam preparation.
Okay.
And of course, the 4 weeks were planned very well in the first 2 days of my preparation when I decided to go for this examination. So the 4 week, I step by step I conquered. I didn't ran here and there, to make a furious run, but it was slow and steady, I would say. So each and every day subjects were planned. Like 2 3 days I started with easy subjects which I was well aware and interested in during my engineering. So mechanics and fluid mechanics are basic quite easy, because physics, almost physics is there. So gradually I leveled up with different subjects like IC engine, thermodynamics, and then production process. So that I planned it as per my convenience. And during last 3 to 4 days, I opted the leave from the company, and 2 to 3 days like I was studied for full time. So those 3 days, I've revised everything, revised those MCQs which while solving I was committing mistakes. So those revisions I did during last 2 to 3 days, and I appeared for the exam on 30th of June, and that's I think the exam went well, but not as expected. So here I would like to come up with what I faced during the examination of shipping corporation. So I was expecting like it will be more over IC engine part and fluid mechanics and machineries part. But when I prepared for the exam, the scenario was very different. If you ask other candidates also, they will tell you it was more into production process. Like
Yeah.
they asked about what kind of manufacturing process is this, and same. I mean, for a moment, initially 10 questions I read, I thought, okay, the manufacturing part is over, then I'll get IC engine or fluid mechanics part later in stage. But no, after 20 30 questions, again, the same pattern comes in picture, like manufacturing comes in picture, production process coming in picture. And one surprise I think they given I faced in exam was like faced the questions from AutoCAD, like
Okay.
so different kinds of shortcut keys they ask, what kind of navigation channel are there, what kind of drawing 3D 2D being we are practicing during our if I'm not second and third year of engineering during AutoCAD. So those questions were also asked. So I was not prepared very well, but I tried to recall all those concepts which I did my engineering. And luckily I think at least 20 30% of those AutoCAD questions I'm sure that I marked correctly. So those were technical parts in written examination, and of course the couple of questions were from IC engine and fluid mechanics were there. Basic questions are related to four stroke, two strokes. So those I think everybody can answer if you have read the basics and go through the material. Even the study material which you provided to me, those helped me a lot during the interview. And
Okay.
prior to that, I was only focused on my this study material and YouTube channels. So that was part of written
Okay.
examination.
Abhijit, can you speak a bit more on the English side and maybe the aptitude side also, which came in the exam?
Yes. So English, it was typically school level, I would say, 10th
Okay.
grade. And it was more over synonym, antonym based questions than tense, active verb, passive voice, passive voice. Those basic questions were there. It was not hard and fast. In aptitude, like basic mathematics questions, time based, work and time. So those were the basic questions. No any complex formula or any strategy to remember as such. And reasoning also the normal basic also questions. I mean, it is general, you don't need to focus specifically, I would say. It is a common sense question, but during the exam pressure we generally make a mistake. So I would suggest ki, uh, take some break of a minute, calm down yourself, and we will be able to answer those questions easily. So that's what I did even in the examination also. So for aptitude and English, definitely it is normal, but yeah, on a daily basis I have to practice. So I did also incorporate that part in my study preparation. So those part I prepared on weekends only, particularly because I like to do those reasoning, English, and aptitude mathematics in one go. I literally feel, getting bored like doing in a separate parts. I mean, that was my strategy during my college days also. So I've same implemented here. So during weekends like Saturday, Sunday, I hardly get 3 Saturday, Sunday. So only 5 to 6 days of preparation. I thought that was enough for me to sail in this exam.
And these entire preparation were based on the RS Comey book, right?
Yeah, definitely. RS Book and YouTube resource material to utilize my time during travel and office. That was my plan.
Okay, so let's move on to the interview part, right? Can you give me the entire procedure where you have to go, what are the email you got?
Yes, sure. So the exam happened on 30th of June, and we got the interview on Friday 5th. I think 5th of July, Friday night, late night around 9:30. So our group helped a lot because I was not checking the website. I completely forgot that because uh, uh, I appeared for two exams on that day, 30th June. Anglo Eastern was on morning. I think 9 o'clock was my time, and luckily SCI schedule was on in the afternoon. So it gave me some time to travel from one location to two location. So Anglo Eastern I got rejected, but SCI I got the email confirmation on 9th, so that I come to know from our group only. Let's learn community. So then after checked and contact you team to that I have selected, and then we moved into separate groups. So my interview was scheduled on 11th June, July, sorry, 11th July. So again, those 4 5 days were I had to prepare again, and I think we did one interview with last 4 to 5 people were there where you
Yeah,
helped
yeah.
us do group mock interview. So it helped me a lot. I mean, to be honest, I think I've already told you via WhatsApp that the questions which asked for particular my case because I was working.
Yeah.
So those questions again they ask in the interview. So during 3 to 4 days, the material, study material which you gave me, that PDF, okay, that I've incorporated in my study because I had this on my notebook, so that was sufficient, and I was quite fast into grasp this. Plus, add on to that, you gave those question answer format, so it helped me to get more onto the technical side. So on the 11th of July, I reported early in the morning because I live just nearby to Mumbai in Vasai. So for me it was convenient to travel. So I reached there early in the morning, and there was like waiting list. They will tell you to go in this room. Like I remember 23 room number is there on the ground floor. Okay, so they will first assess your documents, and it should be proper. You have to be ready with the originals, then xerox sets, and in alignment. So they will not take like you are putting engineering mark sheet in first and 10th mark sheet in last. No, they do have structure, so they will tell you like we need first in this format only 10 12 degree your caste certificate if applicable, and then passport is must. I mean, at this interview, passport is must. Original they will check it, rest documents they will just verify the year and passing. Okay, and for particularly caste certificates, I've seen the candidates who have belongs to, I think, different categories, so they will thoroughly check. Even in my case, I belong to SC category, so they do check on that because it's mandatory for them because I've opted the category during my entrance exam of application form. So that has to be ensured. Once we are done with the screening, like those document verification part, so the interview were lined up on the basis of the first who come to the institute, like they will
Yes.
sit at the first. So I was third in the queue, and uh, the verification, we went to the first floor, and the panel was sitting in one room. So 3 4 people were there, including the dean of the institute also. So he will interview us personally. So the couple of people entered, like first guy went around 20 30 minutes, second guy also 20 30 minutes, and then I entered into the room. So they'll have our, one sheet they will give it to us while verification. It will include basic details, age, name, qualification, percentage marks, institutions, and everything. And each and every interviewer will have those sheets like our biodata in short, I would say, just, and they will read it like, what is your name? So when I entered the room, so they read it aloud, my name, like Abhijit Moite. So I said, yes sir. So you're working currently? I said, yes sir, I'm working currently. And they read the name fleet management, so they were like surprised, like why the people who is currently working in fleet management wants to move into a shipping corporation. So I said them, it's not a I'm working as an engineer. It's a show job. I'm into a buyer position as of now, and I wish to move my career in this field. So thereafter, the interview started well. So they asked me first question like, okay, you are working currently, so are you aware like you will not be working for next or almost 1.5 to 2 years, because pre-C
Mm-hmm.
training classroom, then internship will be there, then onboard training, then we have to appear for COC exams. So I said, yes, sir. I'm aware that for 2 years almost there will be zero income to earning for me, but I prepared my safety funds for that. So they were happy to hear that answer. So they said, okay, fine. Then the next question they asked me about, okay, why don't you try in your fleet management to get the sponsorship, which you asked me the
Yeah,
same
same
question.
thing.
So I was pretty ready for that. I said, yes, sir, definitely. When I thought to move my career in this shipping corporation, in this merchant navy as an engineer, so I tried to contact with the director of the company also. So I personally met him and I asked him, like, is it possible for a guy like me who is working in this office and get the scholarship? So he said they have strict parameters. Even a normal candidates, if you check, the parameters are really high. PCM, I think 70% is there, which is I think one of the highest cutoff in the market, I would suggest. So they said 20 age bar is 24, and I'm already 27 now. So it's technically, as per company policy, it was difficult for me to get the internal job position. So I said, I've tried in my company, but it's not possible. So I think I have to choose my own path and I have to move on. So they said, okay, that's fine. So thereafter, they started asking me a few technical questions about pressure vessels, what is pressure vessel, and what are common applications. So they was not expecting any hardcore technical answer. They were expecting like pressure vessels mean normal pressure vessel. If you see in our own, that is a cylinder, gas cylinder. So that was expecting, and I answered that question in first attempt. So they were happy on that. So next question they asked me about, like, will you be really joining? I mean, four of us asked the same question at the same time. Will you really join if you give this opportunity to you? And say instantly, yes, I'm ready to for that, because I've already done my research and prepared my plan. If I get selected, then definitely I'm going to join the institution and start my career as engineer. So they said happy. They were happy, and it was very well. And moreover, I think it was HR based questions only. The technical was only that. Yeah, one more technical questions they asked about my experience based. Like I'm working as a buyer, so they
Okay.
asked me like, what kind of materials do you purchase? So as a buyer, I have to aware of that, right? So I said, yeah, I was mainly dealing with auxiliary engines, main engines, then oils separators, then this purifiers. So those parts I was aware of, because I'm day in day out I was dealing with those parts in purchase activities with the superintendents and chief engineers. So they asked me about what will be the material of this and this. So a couple of answers I was able to answer, but few technical questions I did not answer them very well, because I never went so much deep while working on that.
Can you
So
state those questions what you are now asked?
sorry.
Can you state those questions which was asked? Technical
Yeah,
questions?
yeah. A technical question first. So, what kind of materials do you purchase?
Mm.
Then, what? So specific parts I've answered. So they asked me like, if you are purchasing this auxiliary engine, then what kind of material, the
Okay.
manufacturing material is there? I answered like O-rings. But specifically engine, we are using O-rings. So what material is being used? Then air pressure vessels. They asked me, and those 4 to 5 questions basically, I recall. So those were the only technical questions, and rest only I think they asked me about the my enthusiasm, or I would say, readiness to join the institute
Mm.
if they give me an opportunity. So I think around 15-20 minutes my interview went, and they were happy, and with smile I came out of the interview room.
Okay. So, Abhijit, can you tell me what tips would you like to give to the upcoming aspirants who want to clear SCI like you?
Yeah. So see, in my experience, as I told you, this was not a long process for me to prepare and crack the exam. Hardly 30 days time frame I had on that. So if somebody is like me, or having less time, I would suggest plan your study. So I first thing what I did is, when I planned that I want to give this exam, I write it down each and every syllabus. Like, see,
Okay.
all the question main topic. I think there is webs on Google also. If we search for exam syllabus for GME, we'll get the first PDF, and that I've written down because I want to register it in my memory. So writing is the best way. So I've written down that, and for each and every subject, I had separate out the sections in my that short notebook, and I've written out what are the topics I'm going to learn. I didn't prepare each and every topic thoroughly because it's
Yeah.
really difficult to cover the entire 4 year of engineering in 30 days. So I've only prepared those are really important in terms of the maritime industry, particularly the ships. When we are dealing with the ships, and if someone is not aware of what is maritime, as I was working in this
Yeah.
civil industry now, so I had a little bit idea, not thoroughly. So I had a, I mean, as a layman, what I'm doing, that is what I've tried to study. What I'm dealing in those purchase activities, I've tried to study those part in my study only. So if you are not aware, what I would suggest is use chat gpt first of all. And whenever you write questions, like I want to get the questions for IC engine, also try to include that I would like to give me some questions for IC engine or the marine engineering exam,
Okay.
or the as a merchant navy exam preparation. That's basic keyword. If you put now, you'll get a list of 10-20 questions. If you don't know the answer, ask the chat GPT itself. They will give the answer. So we have to just be thorough, make sure that the answer given by chat GPT should be matching with your aptitude of engineering. Like 4 year of engineering, at least some people have done at
Yeah.
least few parts. So study, you will be recalled easily. Like, no, this is wrong, this is right. But mostly you can do that, but I did that also with the help of ChatGPT. Basically, ChatGPT I use mostly during my interview exam preparation. So
Okay.
questions are answer format, because comparison I have to be, if they ask me like 2 stroke, 4 stroke,
Yeah.
then I cannot go with the paragraph. I have to be on a parameter basis, like what is cycle, then what are the parts, and what is efficiency, what will be the thermal efficiency. So those parameters ChatGPT will give. So the number one tip is to prioritize the topics, your strong points, weak points, strategize those. So in my case, as I said, fluid mechanics was my first priority, because I can do it with less time, and to hardly three days I devoted for fluid mechanics, and I finished that. So you can, as per convenience, plan day of examination, how many days left, and then break those days in different subjects. um, then second stage I would suggest is to learn from YouTube, because there are a lot of lectures available, and those are easy to understand. So those will help you to get the basic concept revision easily, because if we directly go on into the book, then it might be difficult to understand what it is. So for me, basically, I did it because there was 5 years, and definitely it
Yeah.
is going to be new for me. So I incorporated that strategy. First videos, then second book, read that RS Kurmi book, and third, make a short note. Not more than short note is like crisp short notes only, like basic keywords. That's it.
Okay.
So those are notes and daily revision that I did. Then next is to practice MCQ. RS Kirmi has a lot of MCQs. Even I didn't solve all the MCQs, hardly 10, 20. I mean, each and every section has around 400, 500 questions. So I was able to solve only around 100 questions for each and every subject on that.
Okay.
So practice the questions and try to evaluate. So that was the my strategy and suggestion. Like we can, I can give it to the new aspirants on that part.
Okay. Really inspirational, Abhijit, even after 5 years into the job. like it's very hard to get back to the basics of engineering. So I
Yes.
really give a shout out for that. It's very hard to do.
Thanks. Thank
Okay. Final question is, what's your opinion on Team Let's Learn? Like, how has it helped you clear SCI?
Definitely, definitely, it plays a lot of role for my success. I must say, because I was preparing alone. I mean, there was no any colleague or friend with whom I can sit and share my learnings and discuss the things. But Let's Learn platform helped me to get onto our group, and where we even I posted some questions, and your team, I remember, answered those questions and helped me a lot. Even the peers, other aspirants who were learning, they were also posting questions and answers. So it boosts my morale. That one, I would say, a good thing which helped me to excel in this exam is to, there are some people like us, and we are also doing in the same, and it's like a healthy competition, I would say. And Let's Learn helped me a lot on that. Written examination, definitely, but more onto that, the interview part, you helped me a lot, and guidance helped me a lot. And because of you, I was prepared back already, like this might be the questions asked in the interview, and I was very well prepared on that part. So I was able to answer those questions without any hesitation and easily. So definitely, Let's Learn is really good platform, and those who are new, I would suggest them to join and ask your questions freely. There is nobody to stop you answering question, asking questions. Anybody will answer your questions, even the one who is new or the one who is older. So definitely, they will get a good guidance, and it's not paid, so it's a free. So that would be a disclaimer for new aspirants. So the people might think that they have
Yeah.
asked in the WhatsApp group, so now they will sell their product. But no, this is a really nice community. Here, Let's Learn is to help the aspirants like me, and help me a lot. Thank you so much, you and your team also.
Thank you very much, Abhijit, for this very detailed interview experience. I wish you all the best for your future. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.